Hey guys, welcome back to some super early morning AFK. It is 5 a.m. here and the patch finally came up on the test server. We're going to be checking it out right off the bat. We enter and we see the miracle sign up, get 500 epic choice chests, which is pretty cool. So that's actually going to drop us 100 of these epic emblem choice chests. So you can see it is a little different. A lot of players were thinking that it was going to be the red chest, but it is not. It is a different form that we have. So that is, of course, is going to take the heroes past the certain mark that we have built them right now. But in today's video, we're going to be looking at our new Celestial hero and running through the skills and abilities. Now, she is a ranger. That is, again, another thing that we were kind of talking about. And she almost looks like a cool version of the Silver Surfer. We're going to run through the skills and abilities. And it's Malkrie. So instead of like a Valkyrie, which she really does look like a Valkyrie, even looks kind of like Respin when you kind of look at the face and the hood and everything, but very cool. It looks like she's got, it looks like a cape in the back. I thought those were actually wings, but it does look like it is just kind of a cape that is not coming for her. So let's run through these skills and abilities and see exactly what she is about. So the Conquest Cyclone passive, Malkrie's normal attacks issue a challenge to enemies which cannot be dispelled. Enemies can only be issued one challenge, and enemies without a challenge will be given priority. Then it turns active when all enemy heroes are issued a challenge. Malkrie unleashes her ultimate and zooms towards them, dealing damage for 8% of their maximum health. So that's really big because we know as you scale in AFK Arena, this can make a really big difference, up to 260% of the attack rating, and consumes each enemy's challenge. This skill grants invincibility and can be triggered once every 5 seconds. When casting her ultimate, no energy will be consumed, but no additional energy will be obtained. Very unique. Now, when they build a lot of heroes that are kind of a very unique build, sometimes it works, sometimes we really don't see it work. And then the damage goes to 10% and then 12% of max health, which again, the higher that you're scaling that max health, we're going to hit the caps and it goes from 260 to 360 for the max health right there. So battle intel delivers one letter of intel to the ally with the lowest health percentage for 4 seconds. Each hero can hold one letter only, which holds intel. Allied heroes avoid the first instance of direct damage and health loss every 2 seconds. That's pretty cool. Essentially, it's going to be kind of a support role, which I like, but in actuality, when it comes to a damage dealer, doesn't have a lot of effect. It seems like more of a support right there. When an allied hero receives intel, they resonate with Malkrie, increasing their attack rating for 15% of the initial attack rating. Duration then goes to 6 seconds. Intel increases the allied attack rating to 30% of Malkrie's initial attack rating. So again, this is a major support role that we see right here. And I don't like it when they kind of blend them with the mage support and the ranger support. Then we have Rapid Vortex. She charges into battle on the enemy side of the battlefield, dealing damage equal to or 300% of the attack rating, knocking back enemies, creating a vortex lasting 4 seconds. This vortex deals damage to enemies within range every 0.5 seconds or 160% of the attack rating. It draws them towards the center. So very similar to what we see with Morale, where she's going to have that star and pulling them into the center. Oration duration is increased to 6 seconds. Damage goes up. Summon units in the vortex are instantly slain if they fall below 80%. That's kind of interesting to see. Again, PvP wise, I think that would be pretty cool to see. And thinking campaign formations where you are finding some of the heroes that are a little more difficult if you let them scale like Grez. So she could just burn through all of the summon units instantly. Very interesting build on this one. And then Shadow Dodge. When Malkrie suffers damage or health loss exceeding 8% of her max health, she becomes immune, consumes the nearest ally's intel, which of course is the buffing aspect, and teleports to them, during which she cannot be targeted. This effect can be triggered once every 4 seconds. So as long as you have the intel up, it seems like you're not going to be able to kill her, essentially. After avoiding damage, she deals additional damage to the nearest enemy hero, matching the type and the amount of damage avoided. This damage can be no greater than 300% of the attack rating. Deals additional damage to another enemy hero if only one enemy is alive. Damage and the damage limit is doubled. I'm wondering how this is going to work with one single target because it calls out one enemy hero. When we're thinking boss stages, is this going to be a way to do a ton of damage when triggering additional damage? Malkrie inflicts one challenge on the target enemy hero. If they already have a challenge, they are stunned. So now there's a crowd control aspect in there. So overall, we're going to have to see exactly where her scaling is. Being a Celestial hero, especially because we just got Gavis and we're slowly building Eugene, the amount of resources to go into these are going to be kind of crazy to think of the build. Let's check out the signature item. There is the Sky Soarer. So that is the board she is actually running on. And she has Insight and Haste. So that again is pretty interesting. And you'll see right there, guys, that it is a plus 50. That is right. It is a plus 50 signature item, which means we have a activation, a 10, 20, 30. Now we added a plus 40 skill to these heroes, which is going to be kind of crazy. So she gains 50 energy when she sends a challenge or intel. Every 100 energy increases her haste by 3 points. So that's pretty cool. For every 100 energy possessed, haste it goes to 5 points. Battle intel delivers an additional letter of intel, raising the limit to 2 letters. Normal attacks issue a challenge, raising the limit to 2 challenges. When Malkrie's ultimate skills deals damage, each challenge the enemy possessor will reduce their energy by 50. PvP, that's probably going to be very, very big because that's going to be an energy reduction, but you are going to have to build this hero to a plus 40, which is going to be kind of crazy. Now we also look at the furniture. So the room for Malkrie at the battle start, Malkrie immediately issues a challenge to all enemy, one challenge to all enemy heroes. That's really cool. So we know the challenge aspect. And then for every 100 energy Malkrie possesses, both her and the ally heroes that with intel gain 4 physical pierce. Again, that's going to be very, very helpful more on the support aspect. So every 100 energy, both her and allied heroes with intel. So if she's feeding intel to a higher damage dealer, and I'm thinking of like Thane, Leica, heroes like that, physical pierce is going to go much higher. Of course, we know physical pierce is going to amplify the damage that they're doing with informations. Again, that's going to be super interesting. Let's see exactly what she looks like in here. All right. So she zooms right through them. There's the vortex. Now, interesting, she doesn't go into combat. So I like that, and I like that one a lot, guys, where she is actually still ranged, like a Respin. She doesn't actually go straight into combat. She goes through them like Mulan. So we have a blend of running through the targets like Estrilda in Mulan. We have the Vortex or the crowd control that we see with a couple other heroes. But the Vortex is pretty small. So that is one thing to note is when you look at the Vortex is relatively small for the heroes, but that's okay. As long as you're keeping them together. And she is putting immunity, as you can see right there, on other targets. That is the intel, I believe, that she is giving them, allowing them to essentially cheat damage, which is going to be cool because if you have a couple tanks in there, the ability to boom, there goes the intel to cheat damage on some of these. And I'm thinking even some heroes over here, like we were talking with Thane, very, very cool build with this hero overall. Let's see the Arena Guardian. Again, I'm thinking like even a delay to come in here, but I want to put her in. I don't know where her damage is going to be. Let's put tank. You know what? I know Nakaruru or Naruko might not be the best one. Let's go crowd control. I just want to see kind of where she falls or how she performs in here. And again, being that range, putting everything together. Try to put no damage dealers. So even there, 2.48, 1.5 million. So looking at the very small avatar frame right there, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And it seems like having the build out for her is going to work incredibly well, but I don't know. I'm not really sold on it. Again, I don't like when they build the Ranger support kind of aspect with the things that she's doing. But guys, that is going to do it for Malkrie. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.